Hello and welcome back to another video. So since I've started investing, I've had a few family members and friends ask me what is the difference between trading and investing. When I tell people that I'm investing for a living now, most people tend to assume that it's trading. They think that I'm day trading, sit in front of the charts all day, kind of shouting at the screen when the numbers go up and down and things. So I thought I'd do just a quick video to clarify what is the difference between investing and trading. And sometimes it does overlap. So there are kind of occasions where a trade could be considered an investment and vice versa. It's kind of a sliding scale and they meet in the middle somewhere. So first of all, investing. Investing, whether it's in stocks or bonds or kind of materials, gold, anything like that, the idea behind investing is that you are purchasing an asset with a long-term horizon in mind that is going to return you a form of passive income. That could be via profits, so appreciation, for example, a company improving its profits, its revenues over a long stretch of time, and that is then reflected in the share price. But by purchasing that asset, that stock in the company, you are effectively taking a share in its profits. So that is a form of passive income. You're not doing anything, the company is working, doing what it's doing, and you are getting the returns through a higher share price. This could also come directly through the form of dividends. So some companies, especially companies that are more mature and that may not be growing as quickly anymore, will pay out dividends, and that is effectively a share of the profits that the company makes each year, literally giving you cash as a shareholder as a return of those profits. So yeah, that's investing, and investing is typically over a longer time period. Again, it's different for everyone and the sliding scales and things, but personally I would consider investing a situation where you plan on holding for multiple years, if not longer or even forever. I see it as, yeah, it's not something you'd be buying and selling it a few months later in most cases. Trading, on the other hand, I would see, and this is all just my opinion, but I would see as far shorter term kind of time frame, kind of talking days, weeks or months on the longer cases. And it's not about having income, it's about the change in value of a particular asset or product that you're trading. So it can be purchasing and selling the same kind of things as investing in a lot of cases, so stocks, gold, those types of things. But the intention with a trader would be that they'd buy it at a certain price level with the intention that it would be going up by a certain price and then selling once it's hit their target. Whereas an investor would, let me do this the right way around, this way, would purchase an asset with a long-term viewpoint. So let's say a stock price chart did this, kind of went up, but it was zigzagging the whole way with some big drawbacks. Now the idea of investment would likely be that they just hold through that whole period, collect dividends as they were coming through, and just be an owner of that business and share in the profits. Whereas a trader would probably have more of the mindset of buying it here, riding it up, and getting out before this drop came in. So they wouldn't be holding it on the drop and then purchasing at the bottom again as it started going back up, and picking out each individual rise in the share price and profiting from that. So obviously that's very easily said in principle. It's a lot more difficult to actually execute it and time those entries and sales, but that's the kind of different mindset. So both investing and trading can be incredibly profitable if done well, and there are numerous examples of very wealthy traders and investors. But they both require very different skill sets and, probably more importantly, mindsets. So in terms of investing, you are looking, in most cases, more, if we take stocks for an example, because that's primarily what I deal with, investors would be looking primarily at the fundamentals of the business. What does the business do? What are their profits, their earnings? what's their kind of growth look like going forward, what is the company doing to improve the business, to raise profits and that type of thing. And they would look at dividends and that type of thing, and valuation of the company. Is the company highly priced or priced reasonably compared to the profits that it's producing? Whereas a trader may look at the fundamentals of a business loosely and use kind of earnings results and things as catalysts to get into trades, but on the whole they wouldn't care if the company was overvalued or undervalued, and they're not going to need necessarily to get into the full depth of research on the fundamentals of the business. They care more about the price action, so what's actually happening on the chart, with the rises and falls of the price of the share. So they're going to be more doing technical analysis, looking for chart patterns and price actions and volumes and things in the chart itself to lead to their trade entries and stop losses. I'll do another video at another time on kind of basic chart analysis. I'm certainly not an expert in chart analysis, but I have been doing it for a few years, so I know the basics, and I think I know enough to do an introductory video on that subject, but I'll do that at another time. So yeah, that's a very quick run through of the kind of broad strokes differences between investing and trading. When it comes to me, I would say I lean more towards investing, but very much recently I have been incorporating some trading strategies into my investing. So I'm kind of a hybrid build of investing and trading. I've started to have a trading mindset when it comes to my entries, and in terms of stop losses on a lot of my purchases, so that I'm not taking those rides back down. I need to get used to this mirror image on the camera. So I'm not taking these rides back down in share price. I'm actually intending to kind of sell near the top and not have that ride all the way back down. Yeah, so I hope that clarifies a few things. Effectively, investing is a long-term mindset, and trading is a short-term mindset in very broad strokes.